Reinsu and the Mystery of the Sphinx, by A.C. Pritchard. There, upon the edge of the world, in that black waste known as the Obsidian Abyss, Reinsu wandered for 9 years and none. As he pushed through sand as dark and oily as the night sky, each step was the eruption of a constellation. Job floated along behind him, ever his ghostly shadow in the dark recesses of the multiverse. Bro, being lost for 9 years is one thing, Reinsu's voice caused Job to recoil. But, this whole no magic thing Suyuux. Job tightened into a fist, shaking with frustration. Yeah, I know, Reinsu assured him. I've probably said that about 1,000 times by now. But the way out is just a little further, I can feel it. Job flipped him the bird, like he did the 99,978 other times. It was true, though. Something about this twilight place suppressed the bulk of Reinsu's magic, as if it played by an entirely different set of rules altogether. The upside, at least, was they had only encountered a handful of demons. Well, one of them was crying pretty hard, Reinsu remembered. He decided it was best not to dwell on it, though. Reinsu hadn't seen sunlight since arriving here, the sky perpetually night. Wherever he was, no stars accompanied it. No cities adorned it. No gods governed it. Nothing but cosmos watched over them as they continued along, reflected in the glossy black sand beneath them. The air was thin, or perhaps there was none at all. The only sound was a faint breeze, and the ground cracking underfoot. Eventually, though, on the anniversary of their time in this obsidian hell, the pair came upon a mighty tabletop mountain thrusting up from the horizon. Its peak rose up to just below the cloud line, with a dangerously vertical slope at each side, but that did not deter them. The shadow of some mighty structure was visible within a fell fog obscuring the pinnacle of the formation. At last, Reinsu declared, leaping onto the side of the landmass. Wasting no time, he scurried up the side. Whenever the need arose, Job would lend him a hand until they finally reached the top. Like the long-forgotten throne to the obsidian waste itself, an impeccable temple of stone rose up out of the fog before him. Spires and pillars supported the structure, but all of it served to house but one single room. Reinsu and Job passed through an ancient archway 6 times larger than any normal man, into a dusty vaulted chamber spanning all the way up to a domed roof. Within was a simple stone dais, with a dark shape sitting upon it. It was large enough to fill half the chamber. 2 pale eyes ignited in the abyss of the shadow seated upon the dais, like stars appearing in the night sky. Reinsu cleared his throat. What up? A voice as vast as this wasteland, and as deep as the sky called back to him. What creature walks on 4 legs? The shadow rose up, those starlight eyes following along with it, coming into view beneath the glow of Job's ghostly aura. A face stared back at Reinsu, now a bit too close for comfort, at the fringes of Job's light. The face of a lion, twisted with human features. 2 enormous paws came into view, black dust disturbed into the air as the creature continued to speak. In the morning. 2 at midday. Each word shook the foundations of this world. An. 3 in the evening. Reinsu pondered for a moment, the creature's voice lingering in the air like a note sustained on his beloved guitar. He missed his guitar a lot, he realized. Me, he declared confidently. I'm hung over in the morning on all 4s, then I feel better after some breakfast. That reminds me, you got anything to eat around here? Haven't eaten anything in like 9 years, bro. His question seemed to only annoy the creature. Anyway, Reinsu continued, I got about 3 legs in the evening, after a couple of drinks, if you catch my drift. He gave the creature a slick smile. Job couldn't believe what he was hearing. Wrong, declared the creature, beams of blue fire erupting from its eyes. They impacted before Reinsu could think, promptly deflecting off his trusty protective sunglasses. What? It accidentally slipped out. Reinsu tapped on his glasses. They protect my eyes, sorry. The creature snorted. You may try again then, but I will not miss a second time. Reinsu thought long on his answer, drinking in this total stranger's words as gospel. Truth be told, it was the only social interaction he had outside a floating hand in the last decade. So it was better than nothing. He scratched his head. Man. Based, the creature bellowed. You're correct. The answer was man. You've been sphinxed, fool. Until next time. Muhahaha. And with that, the creature fled from the temple and leapt from the side of the obsidian throne. The ground began to shake, opening up beneath the stone dais to reveal a lit stargate. Through the event horizon, Reinsu could clearly see the deck of the Iron Seas waiting for him, his guitar leaning up against the side rail. Reinsu smiled. Noise.
Based.